Myles, we have not talked to you since your last speeding incident. What is it like to be in that car and seeing that speedometer creep up toward 100, like 1 mile per hour?
I'd honestly rather talk about football on this team than anything I'm doing off field, other than the back to school, event that I did the other day.
But still, I mean, people want to know about that.
People want to know a lot of things, but I try to keep my personal life personal. I'd rather focus on this team when I can.
So, you're not willing to say if you learned anything from that incident or vowed not to do it again or anything like that?
I'd rather talk about something that's more, focused on this team and what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish.
How's this camp been different for you?
Them giving me more of a, I want to say leeway, but giving me more of a platform, I should say, to lead where I can. I feel like there were some spaces where they were a bit hesitant to allow me to take over, and not just on the field, with my play, but with some different things that we're doing.
Just outwardly, conversations.
Yeah, conversations. What we're doing throughout the day. Just how the flow of the day goes. Just trying to be involved and try to get what's best, for the guys and be as efficient as we can throughout the day.
Are you expecting to play Saturday, and then also too just your thoughts on how this camp and preseason have gone for you to get you ready for the upcoming season?
I'm definitely ready to play. If my number's called, then I'm definitely suiting up and ready to go. Fortunately, got the pleasure of going against Lane and Jordan. Those guys are tremendous at what they do, and it's always fun going over there. They receive us well, and it's always great work going against them. They're two of the best at their craft.
Hey, Myles, I'm sorry, but this is important. So you talk about being a leader. So what kind of a leadership does that show when you get pulled over by the cops?
Again, you're asking the same question, and I've answered it 2 different times. So I'm gonna need you to ask a different question so I can focus on this team and not this headline you're trying to get out of this question you're asking.
Myles, do you feel like you're having an impact in the way that you're going about your leadership role in a different way this game?
I do. I've heard that from multiple accounts with us, from players and coaches, about a bit of a style change I've had this year, and being a bit more minute with the attention I give and details that I bring, and making sure the guys are bringing that same detail to the game. Everybody being on the same page.
Is this self-driven, or were you urged to be this way by anybody, or encouraged, I should say?
No, just self-driven. It's going to go as far as I want it to go, and we're only as strong as the weakest link, and I feel like I've got to continue to improve and find a way to elevate my teammates, not just myself.
Well, you've been complimentary of Joe since 2023, and then since he came back. What was your reaction? Maybe it was an expectation that he'd be named the starter. And what do you think he can do for you guys heading into the
Man, I think anyone who's doing it over 35 is special. They always tell you to watch out for an old man in a career where young people dominate and old people die young. So, he having the knowledge that he does, the wisdom that he does, being able to bring that to his room and sharing that with them, helps them, but it always helps us. Them always being on the same page, ready. But he's the guy who's able to see it the best right now. We're ready to rock with him because he has that game experience, and he's shown that composure for years now, and we're glad to have him on our side.
Do you see signs of the defense getting back to 23?
I think so. I think there were lapses in focus, lapses in discipline. When we need to be sharper, whether I was in here or on the field, and I think that it kind of leaks out. How you are every day is how you are when you need to be that person. So I think how we've tightened up the ship and we've sharpened everything. I think we'll continue to get better, and we'll show not only glimpses, but that we were and are that 2023 team.
said you've heard it from other people. How would you describe your change in leadership style?
Like I said, just more focused. You know, more willing to be more vocal, and you know, a lot of the guys know me as relaxed. I'm always willing to help mentor or give advice, but also just being, you know, the biggest critic as well. You know, as well as you did it, you know, we can always do it better. I think that way for myself, and I critique myself very thoroughly, and you know, just, you know, showing the guys, you know, how I think and how I try to improve, and you know, try to instill that upon them.
Myles, what do you think it'll take? The defensive line looks so dominant here in camp, in the preseason. What's it going to take for you guys to bring that now to the regular season?
I think the only thing that will stop us is us. You know, as long as we run the calls that, you know, that sports gets out there, we're all on the same page. I think the sky's the limit, and we just got to continue to, you know, be disciplined in our technique and what we're called to do during that certain play. And you know, I'm happy with the progress that we made and what we can do.
You get it. It seems like when we talk to Jim or Jock, like they're always talking about holding you to that next level in terms of your production on the field. I guess as the years have gone on with them, how do you feel about that standard they kind of set for you production-wise, and what do you like for this year?
I absolutely love it. You know, I love that they know that there's more out there for me, and you know, they wouldn't say it if, you know, it wasn't true. And I've thought this same thing, and it's about having a plan and executing it that can, you know, beat these chips, beat these doubles, and find a way to get, you know, just a few more one-on-ones and continue to, you know, increase my production.
And what was it like last week? I know you and Jordan, my lot of our friends, but to kind of see his reaction after going against you 2 days in practice, and he got asked, like, how do you stop him? He was like, I still don't know. Like, when I figure it out, I'll tell you. So what's that kind of like to go up against, you know, a second team All-Pro guy like that?
I mean, it's a hell of an honor. You know, he's special. You know, he's big, he's strong, he's very athletic, and you know, it's a really iron sharpens iron, you know, situation when we go against each other. You know, with you know, how talented he is at the position. I'm glad to be able to go against him, you know, this early, to, you know, see how I'm feeling, you know, how I'm recovering, and also, you know, just, you know, working my technique, working my craft, and, you know, he was very happy to do the same.
How did you feel like you came out of that? Because you looked like you lined up a little bit on the left side, also against Lane a little bit, also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much did you feel like you really got? I mean, what was sort of your, you know, assessment of those 2 days for you in the defense as a whole?
Lots of learning, you know, just going through my mindset, you know, before the play, looking, just analyzing the field and what's going on. You know, a team like that, you know, they're going to try to slow you down and play with your eyes. And, you know, fortunately, they left a lot of one-on-ones, and I know during the season there will probably be, you know, different situations with chippers of all different kinds. But, you know, just going through that mental checklist so that I don't have anything, you know, when I snap the ball, I don't have to think, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just going, and I think, you know, that kind of focus right before the ball was snapped really helped me, especially against, you know, those guys.
Hey, Myles, how scary is it to see Denzel leave yesterday? Just how important is he to doing what you guys are trying to do on that side of the ball?
I mean, he's as important as it gets. You know, rushing coverage work together, and you know, it's my brother out there. I can't do what I do without him, and vice versa. So I'm glad to see him come back in the building and doing well. But you know, we just have to be careful and take care of ourselves, and, you know, pick our brothers up when we can.
You get asked all the time
Go
about
ahead, this last
2023 defense. What about 2023 Flacco? You guys won 4 games in December with him. Do you think he still has that?
I do. And I think he does too, and that's more important than anything. So, you know, he's excited to go out there and show it. You know, he's, you know, cool as can be, and he's ready for the moment.
Appreciate it.
Joe being named the starter?
I think, that was a decision for Coach, and he made the best decision for us to win. We're going to put our trust in him and do what we got to do to win games.
Are you amazed that he throws it as well as he does at 40 years old?
Yeah, I am. I don't even think I was in high school when he started in the NFL, so I think it is to, be able to continue to play this game at a high level. I think it's a blessing for him.
If you will, Jerome, watching you guys practice yesterday, was that like the weighted ball that Deuce was making you guys carry?
Yeah. It's conditioning that he make us do from time to time. If he feel we need a little bit of extra conditioning, he real big on being ready, so just doing what we can to be ready for the game.
I know you guys have talked about he doesn't let up, like that's not his style, so I guess what's it like going through that when you're in the dog days of training camp and you guys are putting in all that work still on day 15 or whatever?
Honestly, in the moment, it can be frustrating. You'll be pissed off a little bit. But once you're done and you get to, say, week one or preseason game, you can see the difference in not being tired, being able to take on a load of plays.
Jerome, what would you say the state of the running game is right now? Are you happy where the room is and the whole system?
Yeah, getting back to where we were when we first started, running the ball more, get more reps of that. I think we all excited, and we all ready to take on the role and run the ball.
How have you improved as in your blitz pickup and other parts of your game?
Can you repeat that?
How have you improved on blitz pickup and other parts of your game?
We done improved a lot. We done improved a lot. Deuce make us, everybody else doing routes, one-on-ones. We do pass pro every chance we get. Deuce want us to pass pro every day. If we could do one-on-ones against the linebackers every day, Deuce would probably want to do that too. So, yeah, we've been preparing and getting ready so we can make sure that we're in the best position to protect the quarterback this season.
Does the whole running system feel like 2023 again?
Feel like 2025, man. We in the future right now. We can't look back on that. We just want to do whatever we can to have success in the run game.
Does it feel like you guys are getting back to the bread and butter of what made this offense, since Kevin Stefanski has been here as coach, successful? Does it feel like you guys are getting back to your roots?
It does.
Hey, Jerome, so when Deuce is making you run those sprints last night, like you talked about, do you get done with them and say, man, I still need to get in better shape? Or are you like, I'm good, this proved it, I'm where I need to be?
Oh, nah, I don't think I was done with him. I was like, yeah, I'm good where I need to be. I feel like there's a long way to go to be able to play 40, 50 plays a game. And I think with the conditioning, it ain't going to do nothing but help us, and we're going to continue to do it.
What do you think you guys got last week going against that Eagles line where the middle of the line is obviously their strong suit on that defense? And what was that kind of like?
It was intense. Like you said, good front, good defense in general, and good coach calling the defense. And just going from day one to day two, they were having small adjustments that we would see and that we had to adapt to. And I feel like it was great competition. We were able to have fun against a really good defense and I guess kind of see where we were.
How did you feel like you guys improved from day one against Bills?
I feel like we got better every day. We kind of just took it one step at a time. We got our goals that we focus on every day in the meetings and stuff that we look at. And we just kind of make sure that we hit those goals and we accomplish those, and that leads us to success.
How much do you feel like you showed last year that you can be that workhorse back, that you can go out there and be that every down back that can get the job done?
I feel like I did a pretty decent job of, doing what I could to help the team, with all the stuff that we had going on, Nick coming back, injuries, and the running back room, and the games. But just looking forward to this year and doing whatever we can to win games, running the ball, catching the ball, whatever.
What's it been like working with Dylan Sampson, and how do you feel like you two complement each other?
Dylan is a character. Dylan is probably one of the funniest guys you'll meet. He probably don't act like it, but him and his Louisiana accent, hilarious. Him as a player, man, he's a great player. He got speed to him. He can make you miss, and in pass pro, he'll stun you. And he's not just a little guy that you're gonna be able to run through. He got who put it. He gonna put it on you.
Do you know how the carries are going to be divided when you get to week one, or is that still TBD?
To be determined. That's a Stefanski question.
Back to Deuce and the drills that he put you guys through, that resistance man drill, probably the most vocal one of all of them out here on the field. How do you feel about that? What did your partner been yelling a lot on that? So how tough is that actually?
between me and Deuce, I feel like we need to retire the drill. It's a little heavy on the leg, but in all honesty, it's a great drill. It helps us get ready for collisions. It helps us get ready to use weapons when we out in traffic. Helps us with ball security, and it's a little bit of conditioning too. And I think it's a great drill. It is tiring. It can be hell sometimes, but I think it's one of those things that's going to get us better in the long run.
That power control explosion run through your head when you go home?
Yeah, sometimes I hear it in my dreams.
What are you hoping to get out of Saturday? It's kind of strange. It's like a game with you guys preparation and all that, so just to kind of get yourself ready for it.
Hoping to be able to execute the game plan. Probably going to throw a lot of stuff at us, and just making sure that we hit on all cylinders and on the little things. And those things will lead to making big plays. So as long as we get the little things right, which that's what we're looking forward to do, everything else will fall into place.
About bowling on a personal level for you, like what do you look at, like feel or experience, kind of make sure you're ready for that?
I haven't played in a game yet, so like we're talking about earlier, that conditioning and making sure that even when I'm tired, I'm executing the details of every play.
After Myles had his speeding ticket given to Stefanski, said he addressed it with Myles and with the whole team. Do you remember what Stefanski said to you guys about like the speeding ticket in general when he said that day?
Just in general, to just slow down. For the safety of us and the safety of everybody else, anything can happen, and just harping on slowing down, not speeding, and just taking it slow.
We made it a point to kind of watch yourself in that I-71 stretch since you had been nailed for speeding.
Oh yeah, I drive slow, so I don't really. I drive slow now, so I don't really worry about it.